Good Monday morning for those of you joining me live. Let me switch over to comments in case you guys want to chit chat with me. Um, I'm so glad this week is here only because the past, I don't know, I think now that, looking back when people say, oh, October was the easy month energetically. Yes. I don't know about you guys, but Chiron is still retrograde, so still a great time to work with helpers to clear out old and release old ickiness, stuff that needs to go so that you can step into that new 2022 year with a open and happy and ready to go kind of heart and energy. So who am I? Why am I here? Welcome to this week's energy report and oracle card pull here on the Soul Coach Studio channel. I am Soul Coach Michele, your friendly neighborhood super woo, and I am here to share with you the energy of the week for the collective and pull some cards for the collective. So just to give you just a weather report. Do I wear a raincoat this week? Do I get the umbrella? Do I put a little zinc on my nose? What's going on in the energy so that you can be prepared? Because the other thing is I'm a soul coach, a soul alignment coach that helps you and supports. And it's just my total honor to kind of have support you guys as you let go of the manifesting misfires and start manifesting all the desires. Good morning, Katie. Hello. I love that. Welcome. And so that's what we do here in the weekly energy report. And I do first right out the gate. Thank you so much. Our subscribership is growing and growing. Thank you. Share, love, like. Make sure you hit the subscribe down below and the little bell to be like, hey, Michele is live. Come hang out. Because as I move from this part of the year into 2022, we got some stuff still going on between now and the end of the year that I'm still a little focused on to make sure everybody gets what they need. But coming next year, I'm going to be doing some more videos on manifesting and light grids and stuff like that. So make sure that you stay tuned and you click the subscribe and the bell and you give me a good old thumbs up so that the YouTubes like to put me in the front of other folks just like you. Okay, that said, I got my notes. Let's see. So this is an energy reading for the collective. That means that this is for everybody. Just for some, here's the weather for the week, like I said. If you're like, you know what, it's the end of the year, I need a little bit more, you can set up a private session with me, or you can check out more YouTubes, whatever is feeling good for you right now, especially because coming up this Thursday on 11/11, we love the 11/11 days, don't we, y'all? On 11/11, come right back here. And at 11:30, so that's this Thursday, I'm going to be doing the 2022 collective reading for the next year. And then I'm going to open up my calendar. So those of you who have had your readings with me that have done the 2022s, oh my gosh, I got so much stuff from feedback over the course of every year I've done. This is going to be, I think, my 4th or 5th year, opening up, and there's limited spots. So once you see that link go up, you got to get in there. It's a 14 card reading. We do an hour, and there's bonuses this year. There's little bonuses. There's main bonuses when you do your reading, but like Black Friday weekend, we won't be here Black Friday because little mama's going to be shopping just like you, but there will be Small Business Saturday specials. There will be Sunday Treat Yourself specials. There will be Cyber Monday, I'm bored the hell at work, why did I come in today specials. And then, of course, the Tuesday, the Giving to Charity Tuesday special, our donation. I haven't done the math and everything yet, but there will be, from every reading, a portion of the proceeds will be going to Proverbs 12:10, which is a no-kill animal shelter where we found, or rather Buddy, our puppy Alight, found us. So they are a great organization. So that'll be on Giving Tuesday. Anyway, so come here. This all starts this Thursday. Actually, if you're a VIP member, you already got an email that I accidentally sent out at 3 this morning. So if you haven't seen it, check your emails. If you did get one of the New Year readings last year, you're on that list. So that said, okay, let's get going. So first out the gate, let's do the energy report. So I have to say this, me personally, it has been such an emotional roller coaster in the past week. I feel like I'm processing for myself, I'm processing for other people, whether I know them or not just seems to be irrelevant. But like crying and all kinds of stuff. I just want you guys to know if this is you too, it's okay. Let it flow. I'm telling you, I cried yesterday for probably about an hour and just kind of like screamed at the universe and was like, what the hell is going on? And then I felt like a ton better. So, no, it is okay to let it out. It's okay to cry. So, if you're a journaler, journal that out. If you need to release, crying is a release, y'all. If you let it go, like this morning, I woke up and I felt 100 times better. I was a ton clearer. Just keep going. I'm going to tell you, keep going. So, today, the energy is basically what it feels like, and I think this probably will hit home with a lot of folks, is like you always had this one way of doing things, and we thought, okay, pandemic happens, we're like, shit, 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 close up the windows, Katie, bar the door, all the things. Sorry, Katie, not you, Katie, but the saying, Katie. Um, and having it be like we kind of expected we're going to bar the door or shut the door and shore up our little bubble. And now we're all coming out of the bubble, in different periods. Like some people came out of their bubble earlier in the year, some people in the middle, some people now. I think we're all as a collective kind of like, okay, we have navigated through this. There's still some stuff going on, but we're out. However, what I think is going on is everyone's trying to pick up where they left off, and we are not the same people. We are not the same collective humanity, whether it be global, whether it be country, whether it be town you live in, whether it be in your personal, in your house, cohabitating family, or your extent. We are not the same people that we were when this whole shebang started. So, from that perspective, understand that, especially those of you, if you're watching this, I'm thinking you've done probably a lot of inner work and had a lot of navigation of shedding the old and restructuring the new, and then saying, okay, how do I live in this new structure that I'm building? The thing is that there is so much change, and humans, I'm going to be honest, y'all don't like change. I don't like it. I'm a Virgo. We do not like change. We like everything just like we're like, Spock, this works, do this. And now everything's kind of been like erased from the chalkboard as far as like how to do stuff. And it's like, oh my God, what? And that's kind of what I was dealing with last night and pretty much all of last week. I mean, let's be honest. So if you're feeling that same way, where you feel like all of your instructions have been erased, that you have worked on your whole life, it may feel very, very scary because you're like, well, shit, now what do I do? But the honest truth is, this is for you to, you may wake up and your chalkboard is blank. It's an opportunity for you to write what you want on the chalkboard. No more parental influence or guardian influence. No more of that stuff that was in your childhood. That's all been either torn away or given away. Okay, depending on how things rolled for you. But this is now your time. It's not a blank chalkboard that, yeah, it might scare the shit out of us at first because we're like, I thought we were supposed to follow the rules, but now there are no rules and you get to write your rules, okay, for how you move forward. That said, it's kind of like understanding control is an illusion. And we all like to think we have control and we think there's consistency. And, you know, the thing is, the only thing consistent is change. So if we can step into the version of ourselves that is excited to unfold, because a lot of the times we woo-woos, we talk about how awesome transformation is, but it's all lip service and we don't really put our money where our mouth is. So what I'm going to invite you to do, what Spirit has shared with me to share with you this week as an energy report, is this week, look for the invitations. Look for the invitations that are asking you to step into that new version of you, even if it's a little scary. And the scary doesn't come from like there's a lion chasing you. The scary comes from the fact that you don't have anything to base this on except how you feel. Okay. So if it feels good and it's aligned with that new version of you, then that's the direction to move into, especially with eclipses coming next week and in December. These are times of enlightenment and, raising awareness. And if we can start all that kind of feeling good about that kind of stuff now, it'll be a much easier, no matter what happens, kind of season. Okay. So that's number one. So to give you an analogy, think of it this way. When you are planting, you can come home with your cute little aloe plant or something else and it grows and grows and grows, and you have to change the pot out. And so you take the plant and you put it in a bigger pot, and all of a sudden the plant's like, looks like it's gonna die. And you're like, oh crap, did I kill it? And the plant is kind of feeling like, shit, this is a shock. What is this new place that I am hanging out in? And all of a sudden, after like, about a week or something, the plant starts to get acclimated to its new pot. It starts to kind of perk up and whatnot, and you kind of realize, oh, I didn't kill it. It was just chilling out, trying to figure out how to work in this new space it's never seen before. That's what this week is about. That's what this week, this month, kind of all the way to the 15th, I think, is the feeling I'm getting from spirit, that we need to start getting okay with being in our new pot, being in our new place, being in our new structure. It's new, it's blank, and it's up to us to figure out, what do we want come next year? Because once like they're taking the reins off in 2022, it is time to fly, y'all. So right now it's your time. Give yourself permission to settle into your new little flower pot so that you can start to flourish. Okay, that's the message from energy, that from spirit for this week for energy. Settle in. Give yourself permission to settle. Give yourself permission to be uncomfortable so that you can look around and go, okay, what do I like and what do I not like? Because we want to manifest a really awesome forward motion in this. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. So this week might be about realizing your discomfort and being okay with it, and just saying, it's okay for me to be uncomfortable. I know there's a lot of people that talk about, oh, always be positive or you manifest. No, no, no. No, you're in observer mode. I'm not saying dwell and talk about how shitty things are. What I'm saying is observe the discomfort it is, and then ask yourself, what would feel better than this? That's what this week is about. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm asking you to feel it out so that you can start saying, what would I rather it feel like? And then that way you have a place to go. When the eclipses happen, you're like, okay, it feels like this. And I feel like if I want to do something, maybe write it out. I want to go this way. I want to go that way. The new version of me is calling me to be here. Go do that. All right. So that's that. So let's see. I think a good question to ask the cards is, being that this week's spirit guidance, the channeled message is, give yourself permission to sit in the discomfort and observe it. Don't dwell in it, observe it. Okay, don't get in there and wipe mud and shit all over yourself. Just look and go, I really don't like this. Why do I not like it? What would I rather instead of this? It's my choice to get up, clean myself up, and move forward. What would I want to make a list of all the places I want to go, that kind of stuff. Okay. So, what we're going to ask the cards today is, what do we need to know to support us as we move through that process this week? That settling in and saying, I'm getting comfortable with the discomfort and allowing it. Because if I can sit in observance, I can allow it to process through. So this week is learning to sit in observance of the discomfort so that you can make better choices as we move towards the end of the week and into next week. Got it? So what do we need to know about that? Let's see. And by the way, I see a couple people here. If you are here live with me, and double check. By the way, I had a friend of mine. She did an entire live and there was no sound. So just give me a thumbs up or a hey, hi, hello, that you can hear me. And I think it's like over here on the little chat box is live stream. If you are with us for the replay, give me a comment below. Tell me what your favorite part, or if this resonated with you or any of this, and how it's supporting you to move through all this stuff through the end of the year. Because this 2021, it's like 2020 came and was like, oh my God. And then 2021 was like, oh, here, hold my beer. So next year, I feel like there is going to be a much more balanced energy. So, but we'll see on Thursday when we do our live stream right back here on YouTube with our, not these cards, we're going to do angel card. We are going to use this deck. I'm going to use a bunch of decks. You can use 3 decks. We're going to do the Hero's Journey deck, we're going to do the Animal Energy deck, and then we're going to use the Angel Tarot deck for the 2022 reading that's happening Thursday right here on this channel at 11:30 Central US time. Anyway, okay. So back to getting comfortable, giving self permission to be comfortable in the discomfort. What do we need to know to best navigate that this week? Okay. So we're going to do this one. Yes. And lots of upside down cards, meaning we are not good with discomfort. We're not good with learning how to be comfortable. And because let's be honest, who likes that? Who's like, why, yes, let me, pinch myself 30 times in a row and be okay with it. But isn't that the message of the last like year and some is getting okay with the discomfort that, I think that if we can get there and just call it like what it is, which is that getting comfortable in the discomfort and understanding there are ways to work through this kind of stuff, because slapping a happy face sticker on a trash can full of smelly garbage in the middle of August in Tennessee is what toxic positivity is. So everyone just saying, just raise your vibe and you'll manifest good stuff. It's like, but if you don't call something by its name, you don't ever have control over it. Because like, it's really, I call it by the name. I then have control over deciding how I want to respond to it. Okay. And that's kind of what we're doing this week, is saying, I'm going to call the stuff that causes me discomfort by the name. And then I have the control over whether or not I decide to keep going with it and keep dragging that shit with me, or I'm going to let it go, put it out put it out to the dump or light it on fire, whatever your jam is, all that kind of stuff. And then when I let go of that, now my hands are free to collect things that make me feel better and are towards where I'm going versus where I've been. Okay. So what do we got to do here? So the main card is, and how apropos, turkey spirit, gobble, gobble, yo, and upside down, which means, and I honestly feel like a lot of this has to do with either I forgot that I knew that, or I can do that, because it's a lot about asking permission. We as adults, it's so funny. We think we got all our shit together when we're paying our rent and our mortgage and the car payment and like making sure there's healthy foods and stuff in the house, whether you eat it or not, or it goes bad, different story. But at the grocery store, you are totally eating healthy in the vegetable aisle, But the fact is, when it comes to other stuff, we're like, oh, I didn't realize my inner child was asking for permission. Okay, so this whole week, I think, is reminding you that you're a grown-ass woman, grown-ass man, grown-ass whatever you identify as. And the fact is that you give yourself permission. You may need to reach out to a friend and share a story. I had to do that this weekend and was like, hey, here's what's going on. And it's a boundary breaching thing that may come up. And my friend said, you know what, fuck that, do this, blah, blah. And it was everything like my inner being was telling me, but I needed an external friend who didn't have any skin in the game to remind me, you have permission to enforce your boundary, even with people you love. Okay. So remember that kind of stuff, because that's the kind of stuff I have feelings that are going to come up. So turkey spirit is give with gratitude and grace. And I honestly feel like the reason it's upside down is because it means to yourself. To yourself. Give with gratitude and grace. Thank you for this crazy ass lesson in dealing with the discomfort and getting comfortable with it and giving myself grace, because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I am dealing in discomfort and trying to be okay with it, it doesn't work out a lot because I don't give myself a lot of grace. I have a loud and proud IBSC itty bitty shitty committee inside my head that's like, like I'm taking tomorrow as a partial personal day just to recharge. I've had a lot going on and I just need a day to kind of get my brain together to remember and reconnect and ask self, what do I want? So I am participating in what I'm sharing with you to do. I'm not just going to tell you what to do and go have a Coke and a smile and shut up. I'm actually doing the work with you guys. So the thing is, though, a lot of times when I when I do that kind of thing, I have, and it's not as loud as it used to be, like right after I left corporate America and I had, had not worked through a lot of stuff. But it's like you have this inner voice that's like, you're going to take a day off. You should be working. And then, like, you're like, okay, maybe I need to do a few things. And then the itty bitty shitty committee says, wait a minute. Why are you working? You need to recharge. And they compete with each other. Okay. But when you start giving yourself grace, when you say to your IBSC, hey, hear ya, thank you, don't need that right now. We can put that away. I hear you, but I'm going to still continue to nurture myself and it's okay. It's okay. That's being an observer of the crap. It's saying, I see the crap. It's there. And I'm just going to try and find a way to soften it up. Maybe I'll distract myself. Maybe I'll go color. Maybe I'll cuddle with my puppy a light. Maybe I will meditate or something. But giving yourself grace and then saying, thank you for my lesson, because it's a shadow work thing. Thank you for this lesson. It's not like someone said, hey, this is how, you, I don't know, something easy. This is how you learn how to make bread, which is 3 ingredients and time and heat. And that's it. I mean, I know people think it's hard, but it's not. I totally teach you how to make bread. But the thing is that understanding that if you're afraid of it, for years I was afraid to make bread. Even before the pandemic, I was making bread. But like we're talking 10 years ago, I wanted to, I was afraid to. But then I was like, okay, I'm just going to say I'm grateful for the lesson because I'm going to walk through this fear and I'm going to give myself grace if the bread comes out like a pancake and tastes like crap. But now that I look back on it, I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful. And I look at it as an example of saying, I was afraid of something I didn't need to be afraid of because it was something I could learn that would make my life better. Because I'm telling you what, my homemade bread is 100 times better than anything you can buy in the store, especially on, Sunday gravy night. But the fact is that if I had not given myself the grace to say, it's okay if I fail. It is okay if I step into this and I go with courage and I look at the fear and I say, you know what, I see you, but I'm going to do this anyway. And I give myself the grace that if I don't do this so well, it's okay because I don't really know what I'm doing anyway. I've never done this before. I've never made bread before. I've never seen how it's supposed to come out other than the grocery store. All I got to go on is this YouTube video. And the fact is that if I can say thank you for my lesson, and as I'm learning it, I give myself grace to succeed, because that's another thing. People are afraid of succeeding too. So if I can give myself the grace to be permitted to succeed, also permitted to fail, and also be permitted to be neutral and be like, that was interesting versus yay, ouch, or giving yourself that grace throughout this period, especially as we, like when I was using that example of the potted plant in that time frame, because right now we have been repotted in a different pot and we're still trying to be like, what the hell? Where'd my good old comfy pot go? I was cozy in there. It was warm. My roots were good. There was nothing, I didn't have all this extra room, and growing is like weird and I might get some weird stuff going on. If that's how you feel, if we can look at that and say, you know what, I'm excited. I know this is uncomfortable, me getting used to this new larger pot that might be it might not be plastic, it might be wood, it might be ceramic, it might be metal, it might be the ground. You know what? I'm grateful for the fact that I have a lesson that lets me know I can grow. I can grow beyond where I was. And I can grow beyond where I was because I have a new and unknown place to be. And I'm going to give myself the grace to succeed, to fail, and to be neutral. And everything that I do is for my highest good. That is graceful too. Everything I do is for my highest good. And it's okay how I approach this. So that's this card, turkey card, upside down, because we didn't think about that before. Now, second one is the deer card. How are we going to, these next two cards are medicine to support this. So the grace card, the grace part of this, again, deer is upside down. Isn't she gorgeous? Deer is upside down. Bring a gentle touch. How apropos is that? You can't make shit up. Be gentle with yourself through this process this week. You're probably going to encounter stuff that will trigger. Give the grace to deal with it from a place of thoughtfulness. So make sure you're doing your meditation so you have that mindful space. And that meditation might be making something like a batch of some cooking that you love. It might be the traditional form of meditation. It might be going for a walk every day and grounding, but make sure you are taking care of yourself so that you can keep that gentle touch as things go on this week. Okay, bring a gentle touch, self-care, breathing, mindfulness, um, do some yoga. My dog is doing some downward dog stretches right now. Bring a gentle touch, and that grace will be a lot easier to handle. And then the last thing is Bobcat spirit upside down. Again, life is a mystery. What that means is, remember, you don't have to know what's coming to know that it's for your highest good. That's why if we can get comfortable with the uncomfortable, if we can give ourselves grace, whether we succeed, fail, or are neutral, we will understand that that softening will allow the mystery to happen, will allow the universe to bring it in because we won't be resisting. You know, the universe meets you where you are. So if you are in resistance, and resistance shows up in fear, it shows up in self inner critic, icky self talk, it shows up in all kinds of things that don't feel good. So when I say to you, focus on how you feel as you move through the week, and like when you're feeling uncomfortable, take a breath and say, it is safe for me to sit in this space. It is safe for me to observe this discomfort and then start asking questions. Because when we do that, we tap into the life is a mystery thing, which is the universe has your back. If you step and you start being inquisitive versus, oh, this sucks, oh, this sucks, oh, this sucks. When your focus is on what sucks, you get more of what sucks. That's part of the mystery too. But if you start focusing on observer mode and saying, why do I feel this way? Oh, right. I got repotted and I'm not quite comfortable in my new pot yet. But maybe if I can look around and be grateful and in grace and say, okay, what is actually good here? I'm not saying ignore the shit. What I'm saying is look around for the sparkle. Look around for the sparkle. Say, okay, here's where I'm at. Where do I want to go? And that's where the mystery comes in, because when you focus on the sparkle versus the shit, you can observe and still be neutral. Observe and then say, where do I want to go? That's when you have the power to move yourself forward. Okay. And that's probably going to be more towards the end of the week because it's going to take a minute for you to get kind of okay with how this works. It's going to take a minute. Might take into next week. Depends on who you are. I am a pain in the ass. So it's taken me several decades. So, but I feel like we are in a time of warp speed processing, which means this might go faster for you. But all these cards being upside down as they are means I'm bringing this into your awareness. So if you're watching this live with me or on a replay, that means that you need to bring this whole thing into your awareness. The whole idea of I'm being a little plant repotted in a bigger place, and it's okay for me to be uncomfortable for a minute because it's all for my highest good. I get a bigger pot, I can have more growth, all this kind of stuff. I might even flower, I don't know, or make a fruit. And so the fact is that if you are sitting too much in the idea of the past, too much of my old pot was so comfy, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in a new place. And you can't get off that merry-go-round, things will be more uncomfortable instead of you'll be in the discomfort instead of observing the discomfort. So what has to happen is say, I recognize the discomfort. I'm going to observe the discomfort and acknowledge it. I'm going to ask, what do I like and don't like about this? And what would I like better? And what do I need to do for myself, self-care wise, to move towards that which I want? Okay. That is our reading for this week. I hope that will support you through your week. I hope that you will find your new flower pot fabulous and redecorate it accordingly. Again, click subscribe, click the bell if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, comment below what your favorite part was about all of this. And remember, Thursday, 11/11, in the year of 2021. This Thursday, we'll be here at 11:30 doing our 2022 New Year reading for the collective. So if you're interested in figuring out what is the energy and what the map looks like for next year and how to navigate it as a collective, please join me and you will be given an opportunity and all the bonuses that go with that opportunity. If you so choose to book your own private, personal 2022 New Year's reading for you, which I'll go into what that all includes on Thursday. So I hope you come and join me, and I will see you soon. I will see you Thursday, or until then, I'll see you in the vortex. I love you so much. I hope this was supportive. Happy manifesting for this week. Be joyful. I love you. Mwah. Kisses. Love you so much.